Wayne Head Soul Kitchen. What's good?
How you doing, brother?
I'm doing all right. So, where you originally from?
Jacksonville, Florida.
Oh, okay. So, how was life growing up in Jacksonville?
It was a little rough. I had a little rough little childhood, but other than that, I beat the odds. Everything a little better now.
So, growing up, how was you able to, stay positive and, stay away from the negativity?
Playing sports, I played on the football team and also wrestled.
So, what type of sports you played?
Football and wrestling.
So, what was it about wrestling and football that drew you to it?
Like wrestling, I used to always like to fight when I was younger anyway. So it's like I was able to take my aggression out in a positive way and get recognized.
So, those two things at that time, was that something you considered and thought about doing professionally at that time?
Football, yeah, but wrestling, no. I was just doing wrestling for fun.
So, how did you get into the food business?
Growing up, I was the oldest child, and I used to have to. My mama, she worked a lot, so I used to have to step up. I had a little brother and little sister that I had to help take care of.
So, during that time, cooking and doing food, that more like a passion?
Not in the beginning, it wasn't. As I became older, it became a passion. But growing up, as a young child, nah, it really wasn't my passion then. I was just doing it because it needed to be done.
So, at what point did it become a passion?
I say when I was probably like 20, 21, I was working at a restaurant called Dragonfly.
So, during that time, once it became a passion, was that the same time you decided someday you would do your own business?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, it was.
So, once you decided to do your own business, how did you go about start it?
Um, like basically like anybody else, I asked questions. I just seen people doing stuff. Some people gave me the right way to go. Some people was like, oh, I guess they just felt like it was a big competition, so they were just trying to downgrade me and push me to the side. Really weren't trying to give me any information about it. And I just got to the point. I just took a risk and just stepped out there and just started my own thing.
So, when you took that risk, was it a hard process, an easy process?
Um, I say it wasn't that hard, but it wasn't hard, but it would have been easier if I knew the information. Like people would have gave me the right information. It would have been way much easier. But I had to figure it out on my own, and that's what made it just a little bit more complicated. But it wasn't too hard.
So, figuring it out on your own, like, did you have any sense of pride from the way you had to do it?
No, because I just jumped out there. I didn't have when I first started. I didn't have any license. I didn't have anything. I just jumped out there, cooking up on the tent, trying to find a way.
So, once you started, was you doing it in Jacksonville at that time?
No, my first event, my first setup was in Lake City at one of my events that I did, um, and I just had like a little crab boil pot, an electric fryer.
So, at this point, what year was that once got your business going?
I didn't open my business until 2016. That's when I first took my first step, and I got my license and everything, and I went like got everything legit. But I was cooking before then, though.
So, getting your license, what you did, like LLC or
Yeah,
deep?
LLC, Wayne Head Southern Kitchen LLC. Well, first I started as a sole proprietor, just because I was the only person. Then I'm still the only person, and then I switched to LLC.
So every year you have to pay taxes on that.
You have to pay a fine. You have to pay taxes on it. It's just a fee. I'm talking about fine, but just a fee.
So how does it feel to be a legal business owner?
It feel good. It feel good. A lot of people doubted me, but hey, if you ain't got no doubters, then hey, you ain't doing something right.
So would you say, once you started your business, got it up and going, you had the right support, or did you have less support or no support?
Well, during the time I first opened food truck, everybody wasn't really supporting food trucks like that, like they are now. Like it's a lot of people that started around my time, and a lot of good restaurants that was open that everybody was going to instead of food truck. I guess people didn't like food trucks back then. But I always had support. I always had support because I started as a DJ and promoter, so everybody kind of still already knew me before I started my food business.
So doing the food truck, like what convinced you to do a food truck, versus, doing just a restaurant?
The price, like I didn't have no money to go buy a building, and plus put equipment, insurance, and all that stuff. The trailer is the easiest, cheapest way to do
So doing a food truck versus a restaurant, would you say
it.
it's
Food
more
truck,
easier to do the food truck?
food truck, because you're not necessarily stuck in one location. You can move around.
So how often do you move around with your food truck?
I really don't move around anymore like that. I try to stay consistent in this one location now, because like if I move around and then people always see here today or is he there, that throws off your clientele. But if you stay consistent in one spot, oh, I know he's gonna be that day. I'm going up there, so I just be trying to stay consistent now. But when I was trying to get my name out, I was moving around and stuff.
So doing your food truck, like, do you only service Gainesville? Do you service other like cities, areas?
When I do my food truck, I go wherever the people want me to come in. I'd have been in Lava, White Springs, Jasper, McLean, Lake Butler, Ocala, Gainesville, Orlando.
So you pretty much done been, mostly around Florida areas.
Yes, sir. I've never been outside of Florida.
Now, if you had a call to go to like the Georgia, North Carolina, South Carolina, would you take that?
It all depends, because I really don't like driving that far. I'm really not like a driver. That's why I really don't move. I don't like pulling that trailer that far. I don't like going over 2 hours pulling the trailer.
So being a business owner and being a CEO, is it the same or is there a little difference?
It's a difference because the CEO can just sit back and watch. The business owner can gotta do everything. They gotta make sure this in place, that in place. This, well, some business owners, but I'm a worker too. So I'm a business owner / worker, because if I don't work, I can't succeed. Like I take orders, I cook, I go shopping, I do everything.
So with your business, would you say you very hands-on?
Yeah, I'm hands on.
So you working side by side with your employees.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Now having employees being a boss, when it comes time to make a hard decision, if you have to let somebody go, for whatever reason, is that hard
No,
to do, or is that
no, because it takes a lot for me to get that point, and once I get that point, I'm done. It's a wrap. Like I'm a very like nice person or whatever, and I look out for a lot of people. But once I feel like I take my kindness for my weakness, then I get to that point. It ain't hard for me to let you go.
so as a you know employer for employee, it would have to take for you to get to your last point to let
Yeah,
them go.
yeah, I get chances after chances after chances, and then once I see there ain't no change, and I done got to that point, then hey, I'm still gonna be here regardless.
So getting you to that point, It will have to happen after you done gave many chances.
Yes, sir.
Now, I would also have in your business what you said you'll be passing down generational wealth.
Uh, it depends because I don't. My thing is, I don't know if my daughter will want to do this. I want her to do what she feel like she want to do, not me pushing something on her. So if it's meant for her to have it, then she'll have it. But if she don't want it, then it just probably go on to somebody else.
You know, but it'll still be kept in the family.
Maybe sold to somebody else.
Or that too.
Mm.
So would you say that it's important to have your own business, be your own boss, versus just to someone that's don't have that mindset and just want to be a regular worker?
What you got to have the mindset because this is not easy. A lot of people think running a business is easy. It's not easy. You know what I'm saying? Some days you might have a busy day. Some days you have a slow day. I remember I used to sit in this truck 8 hours a day. I only make $100 a day. And that's not even profit because I don't spend $200 just to buy the food and I only make $100 back. You know what I'm saying? Like, but you just got to be patient. You got to have that mindset that, hey, it's going to get greater later.
So would you say sometimes you can put out more than you get back?
Yes, you can. And if a person said that that's not true, they lying. They're lying.
So it'd be safe to say that every day ain't easy to keep it going.
Yeah, it is. Some days I feel like it'd be easy going working for somebody else because I know that's guaranteed money. If being a boss is not guaranteed, you're gonna make money every day.
But being a boss, at least you don't have to worry about somebody firing you or telling you you're laid off.
Well, yourself can tell you that. You can get to that point that you ain't got that drive and that momentum to keep going and just quit. Now you laid off, you ain't got nothing going for yourself. So it can still be the same way. You just got to have that mindset.
So do you think it's more safer to be your own boss and work for yourself? Or do you think it's more safer to, work for somebody and, just have a regular job?
You got to have that mindset because you can have the mindset working for somebody and make great money. You can have the mindset of working for yourself and not really making any money because you don't got that drive and that extra push to not understand that every day is not going to be easy. Every day you're not going to make money. That some people not going to like what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? And that can drive you away. So it's just all about the mindset.
So having the right mindset, keeping the right mindset is important.
It's important. And always staying humble and keeping God first. But that's the only one that's going to bring you through anything.
So God first, everything else after.
Yeah.
So would you say that the food business is a secure business?
No, because one day you can be the most popular thing and got the best food, and all it takes for one person to post something negative or you fall, do something bad, and now the business can just go like that. You know what I'm saying?
So would you say that your food truck business is separate from any other food truck business around?
No. Listen, I have bad days too. I just don't show it. You know what I'm saying? Like, we all out here just trying to make it. So I don't put myself above nobody. I feel like we all equal. We just out here trying to feed our family.
So you keep the game face on.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You can't let them see you sweat. And once they see you sweat, they're going to throw all type of stuff at you.
So where do you see your business in the next 5 years?
I don't feel like I'd be working in the next 5 years doing this. It may still be around. Who knows? God, whatever God got planned. Whatever God got planned.
So in the next 5 years, would you say that you would see yourself retired from doing your food business?
I don't know. I don't see myself doing it in the next 5 years. But whatever God got planned, then that's His plan.
So if you're not doing this in the next 5 years, what do you think you would be doing?
I don't know. Like you got to like. I started as a DJ. I left from being a DJ to a club promoter, from a club promoter to doing concerts, from concerts to my food business, and from the food business to saying us. You gotta always keep growing and elevating. So who knows?
So doing all that, would you say you are all around hustler?
Oh, yes. I'm gonna make sure I give me some money to be able to provide for my family.
Now, being a hustler and being an entrepreneur, is there a difference? And if it is a difference, what's the difference?
I don't feel like it's a difference because hustlers take chances, entrepreneurs take chances. You know what I'm saying? You got to take chances or you'll never succeed. Because who to say you take that chance today, you scared to take that chance today, but that chance you're scared to take today will change your life forever.
So would you say some chances and taking some risks is worth it?
Yes. Mm-hmm. That don't mean all of them going to succeed, but all it takes is one. Just one. I need one good business, one good run, one good risk, and you could be set.
Now, when you was doing DJing and being a promoter, what was that whole experience like?
It was good. It was good money, but the generation now is not the same. So this all becomes a liability, and like I don't want my name getting mixed up in that and crazy.
Now, being a promoter, if you was to bring an artist to town and y'all pay the artist to perform, does the money come from the ticket sales, or does the money come from y'all personal money?
It is so up front, it's from your money because you don't know if you even gonna make ticket sales. You know what I'm saying? You got to send money up front before you even start selling tickets.
So the money's coming from y'all personal money.
It's coming from your pockets personally. And then even the back end could come from your pockets personally because you might not even sell no tickets.
Now, when you was doing that, booking an artist, what was the highest pay that an artist would have got paid to be booked for a show?
It depends. Back then, artists was more cheaper than they is now. I'm not gonna say a number right now, but it was more cheaper back then than they are now. Everything's more expensive now.
Now, DJing and promoting, do you think you'll go back to doing that someday?
No, I won't because I made a promise to God that I left that alone.
Now, with God, like what type of relationship you have with God?
So I don't go to church every day, but I believe in God. I pay my tithes every Sunday, and I talk to God. You know what I'm saying? So like, I made a promise to him, and I went back on it, and some stuff happened. Not gonna get into too much details about it, but I went back and I prayed to him. I asked him to forgive me, and now I'm standing on my word this time. That I will not DJ ever do any events ever again.
So you have a personal relationship with God.
Yes, sir.
So, having that relationship with God, have you accepted salvation, or you haven't done that yet?
Yeah, I have. As a younger, but when I was 18, I got baptized. But every day I still fall short. I'm not perfect. No one is.
Now, for those who don't know, accepting salvation, like what was that experience like?
it's like having a new life, but at the same time, you just gotta correct yourself. Like I try not to lie. I don't steal. You know what I'm saying? But no sin is greater than other sin.
So accepting salvation or in getting baptized, either one of them, do you feel the Holy Spirit come upon you when you do either one, or when you do both?
It's basically still the same thing. Because when you accept it, you're getting baptized. You know?
So is there any advice you can give any upcoming business owners that want to someday, run their own business?
Keep God first. You gotta be able to accept criticism. Now everybody's gonna like what you're doing, and everybody's taste buds are different. So just because one person don't like your food, don't mean your food is nasty. Because the next person might love your food. But so you have to take criticism and not feel bad about it, and not get upset.
So you want to give any shout outs? Any last words?
Just shout out to God. That's it. He the one that made everything possible. Without him, it wouldn't be no me.
Okay. Well, Wayne here, thanks for your time.
Yes, sir.